Hello, Geminis, and welcome to this, your July 2024 reading and predictions. We are going to dive right in. As you can see from my attire, the sun finally decided to put in an appearance in Alberta, and I'm finally warming up. I hope that you guys are out there enjoying the warm summer weather if you are in the northern hemisphere, if you are in the southern hemisphere. Yes, we are now past the summer/winter solstice, depending on which side of the planet you're on. And so the tides are beginning to turn. How's that feeling for everyone? I'd love to hear in the comments. All right, so Gemini, first few cards we're going to pull here are going to be cards of where you are at now, what's going on for you right now. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Temperance card coming out for you. I'll just give you a quick peek at the two cards that came out for you. So the Nine of Pentacles is a card that is considered the ripeness card. It is a card indicating that, excuse me, that you've been putting in the hard work and that it is now time for you to be able to reap some of the benefits to your hard work. The analogy is, for example, the Seven of Pentacles is about planting seeds and tending to them. The Eight of Pentacles is about continuing to improve your skills and your trades. And the Nine of Pentacles is about the ripening of the fruit so that you have the opportunity to pick some of that fruit that has now come to ripeness and come to fruition. The other card that you have, and this card may explain why the Nine of Pentacles has come up for you, is the Temperance card. Now, the Temperance card involves balance, tempering in your life. It involves patience. You'll notice here that the character on the card is currently in tree pose, which is a pose from yoga that involves us concentrating on our balance, tapping into both the earth energies as well as the celestial energies for the purposes of connecting as above, so below, and all of those wonderful things. So, Gemini, both of these cards have a very, very positive outlook for where you are at now here at the end of June as we move into the month of July. So let's dive into what you are focusing on. We know that what you focus on becomes your reality. Everything that we see in our lives started as a thought. So, where are you putting your attention, your thoughts at this time? What's coming up for you? We are also going to look at what is unexpected, your difficult influences, your challenges, and messages from the universe. So, let's see what has come up here. We have four cards that have come up. Oh, I love it when this happens. All right. Two of the cards that have come up for you is the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. When a king and a queen come together in a reading, Gemini, it is often an indication that there is some kind of partnership, some kind of coming together of two lives for the purposes of ameliorating or bettering both people's lives. Now, this may indicate a romantic relationship. However, we don't have any of the cups represented. So, just a quick tarot lesson for those of you who are not familiar with the tarot. The tarot is made up of the major arcana and four suits. We have the cups, the swords, the wands, and the pentacles. Each one of those is represented by an element, earth, air, water, and fire. And each one of those is also represented by the area of our life that it influences. So, when we look at the suit of cups, for example, that is almost always something that is romantic, it is something emotional, it is something that has to do with the affairs of the heart. You have the King of Wands over here, And the wands is representative of the element of fire and action. And over here, you have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is representing thought, mental, mindfulness, things coming from a place of thinking things through before taking action. You know, the element of water in the Suit of Cups and the emotion can sometimes indicate that something can be a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a word here. Impulsive. Okay. But these two characters here, the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords, are indicating that the coming together of two people at this time in your life, Gemini, is less romantic and more about solidifying some lessons in your lives and taking some action. And I am sensing more of a mentor mentee type relationship or partnership, or more of a business partnership coming in for you at this time during the month of July. I'm not sensing anything romantic for a very few of you. I'm getting two, like as in 2%. 2% of you Geminis, this combination of the king and queen here may indicate something romantic, but for the vast majority of you, this is indicating something that is either a business partnership or a mentor mentee type relationship coming in the month of July. Now, this is going to be cause for celebration. You have the Three of Cups here. Three of Cups, in fact, in the Osho Zen deck over here is called the celebration card. So this is a card of people coming together, celebrating. This card also represents keeping in mind that everything is a stage or a phase or a cycle. Okay, the Three of Cups is almost always represented by three women dancing, and it represents the three stages of a woman's life, going from the maiden to the goddess to the crone. A lot of times in the tarot, the Three of Cups is also represented with the moon going across the top of the card. And the moon, as well, as we know, is all about her stages and her phases. So watch for that coming up for you in the month of July, that this relationship or partnership may be a temporary thing in order to help improve both of your lives. That's why I'm getting the sense more of a mentor mentee or a business type relationship, but it may be a stage or a phase that both you, Gemini, and someone else needs to go through in order to be able to level up. And finally, you have the World here, and the World card is about leveling up. This is a card of new opportunities are being presented to you at this time. Why are the new opportunities being presented? Because you've learned something really, really important. And that's probably why you've got the Temperance card coming in over here. Because when you learn to balance a lot of things in your life, then you have opportunities begin to present themselves to you because you're less likely to be reactive or impulsive. And remember what I said over here. There's there's nothing over here that's representing an impulsivity for you. And I'm not, like, psychically, energetically, I'm not picking up anything impulsive for you in the month of July. I'm picking up very much this feel of temperance and this feel of this very pensive queen and this very strong active king energy coming in for you for July. Um, I'm not sensing it's going to be boring. Don't get me wrong. This is not going to be boring for you, Gemini, but it is going to be less exciting, for example, than a summer fling. Some of the other zodiac signs that I've already done their readings for the month of July are indicating a summer fling. which is great and it's fun and it's exciting, but it can often lead to something disappointing at the end. And this particular combination of cards, as well as the sense I'm getting for you, Gemini, is not that at all. Let's take a look at what your difficult influences and challenges are for the month of July. Difficult influences and challenges. Interesting. Okay, so you'll notice here that we have one card that also chose not to fall back in, so we're going to pull that one out as well. Okay, we have the Empress. We have renewal. What else do we have? Ace of Spring and Ace of Summer. We have two aces here. There is definitely something new starting for you. Absolutely. So you have the World card here, and the World card is about new beginnings, new opportunities. It's about having leveled up. It is, in fact, the 22nd card or the last card in the major arcana of the tarot. Now, the way that the tarot is laid out is we start out as the Fool on the Fool's journey, and it's number 0. And we go through life and we learn a whole bunch of lessons, and we ultimately peak at the final lesson that our soul wanted to learn in a cycle. Remember, you do have cycles represented over here with this 3 of Cups. And we then level up, new opportunities are presented, and we go through the cycle again and we start new beginnings one more time. This is about learning a lesson that your soul wanted to learn. Your soul came here to learn it. And once you've learned that lesson, which I believe is probably creating some balance in your life, then you have the opportunity to move up, level up. And it's interesting because one of the steps that needs to be taken along the way is the renewal card. This card corresponds to the 21st card, but it's the number 20 in the major arcana, which is the judgment card. Now, this is not about sitting in judgment of others. This is about sitting in judgment of self and saying, what have I learned? What do I need to change in my life? What worked for me as I went through and learned this soul lesson? What do I need to discard? And what do I need to keep and integrate into my life? This is a really, really powerful card, but it's come up in your difficult influences and challenges. And before you can fully move into, now remember, these first cards that I pulled, including the World, is what you're focusing on creating. You are focusing on creating new opportunities for yourself and new partnerships for yourself. But your challenges are what's going to get in your way. And one of the things that's going to get in your way of achieving the success that you have set out for yourself in your focus cards over here, these are your focus cards here, the World, the 3 of Cups, and the King and the Queen. What's going to get in your way is judgment. The unwillingness that you may have to sit in judgment of yourself and review the past and accept the mistakes you've made as lessons and move forward from that. And some of this is accountability work as well. Now, for those of you who may be new to the channel, I am a psychic, a tarot reader, but I am also a certified counselor and a certified hypnotherapist with more than 20 years experience. So if this is resonating for you and you'd like to delve deeper into a personal reading or into a personal session with me, I'll leave all my contact details down below. Okay, this card is indicating that you, Gemini, may be unwilling to do some of the accountability work and look into your own past mistakes and see them as lessons and learn from them. You have the Empress here. Now it's interesting because the Empress is almost always depicted in the tarot as a pregnant female who is on the verge of birthing this grand new idea out into the world. Aces as well are all about new beginnings. Now, look at this as far as new beginnings go. You've got the Ace of Wands, which is the Ace of Fire, Ace of Spring over here. You've got the Ace of Cups, which is the Ace of Summer, and you've got the Empress. These three cards, all three of them are about new beginnings, but all three of them are showing up in your difficult influences and challenges. What's that telling me? There's some kind of hesitation or block on your part to make the changes necessary to step into the new opportunities that you have created. I mean, if this is in your focus, this is what you're thinking about, you are creating new opportunities for yourself, Gemini, which is perfect and beautiful. But there is something that is blocking you from stepping into them. And I believe that doing this judgment work, this renewal work, sitting in judgment of self, is going to help to clear these blocks out of here. We're going to take a look at messages the universe wants you to hear at this time. Messages from the universe. Okay, this card flipped over and then tried to sneak back into the deck. Okay. First message from the universe is going to be choose love over fear. Yeah. When it comes to a new partnership or mentor-mentee type relationship, choose love over fear, even if you've been burned in the past. Try and put your trust into something. And you've got abundance is your right. Now, it may be that the blocks that you are experiencing over here with the Empress, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Cups may be abundance blocks. You may, I mean, I can hear some of the Geminis going, I don't have abundance blocks. Maybe you do. And maybe that's part of sitting in judgment of self and exploring that, delving deeper into that, because this card is coming up for you, reminding you abundance is your divine right. Possess self-confidence. Yeah. If you don't have self-confidence when you're moving forward into a mentor-mentee relationship, if you don't have good boundaries as you move into a partnership of some kind, you don't have this self-confidence, that's going to affect your ability to be able to birth these grand new ideas and really, really get them to take off. All right, where are we going, cards, for our unexpected? We're going over here to the Osho Zen. If you are interested in any of the decks that I am using, there are affiliate links down below. All right, unexpected for Gemini. Unexpected. Anything else? Move all went back in. All right. Unexpected. You are having a breakthrough. Beautiful. You're having a breakthrough. Unexpected? Really, because if you do this work, if you do the judgment work, and you do the judgment work coming from a place of temperance and balance, then you can move into this soul leveling up and new opportunities. So yeah, you are definitely having a breakthrough here during the month of July. And you have the 10 of Pentacles coming out for you in your unexpected. 10 of Pentacles is about really having the world at your fingertips. It is about financial abundance. This card can also represent being in a positive position financially to be able to squirrel away some money for the future. It's about setting money aside for a rainy day. And in fact, in my animal tarot deck, which I don't often use anymore, this card, the 10 of Pentacles, is represented by the squirrel. And we know that the squirrel spends all this time running around collecting up nuts and hiding them all these places so that it has enough abundance to get through the long winter months. So this card is also a very positive card, and it also represents the world and opportunities. Oh, yeah, you've got the world over here. Look at all that. I have not done a reading that has been this positive not just for you, Gemini, but for most of the zodiac signs for a long time. And it feels really, really good to have so much positivity coming out here. All right, where are we going for your final general overall outcome? We are going here. Final general overall outcome for Gemini for the month of July. Felt those two cards coming loose as I was shuffling too. All right. Oh my gosh, we have the Empress again, Page of Cups, and Page of Wands. We have two pages. Two pages. All right. So we have the Empress again. Now, just a reminder that you had the Empress in your difficult influences, and now you have the Empress coming out in your general overall outcome. Now, the Empress, you'll notice here again, just as a reminder, is representing a pregnant female who has an idea, and she's on the verge of birthing that idea into the world. Now, given that you have the Empress in your difficult influences and in your outcome, there is something that you are going to work out in order to allow you to move forward with these grand new ideas that you have. And the two pages coming in, the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands coming in your last two cards, is whenever the pages appear in the tarot, it's an indication that there's some naivety, there's some impulsiveness. You may not know the exact line or direction for what you want to achieve, but we know two things are coming in. Oh, I'm getting a download. I'm getting a double download here for you, Gemini. We know that the path to success is not a straight line. We've all seen that meme go around on the internet, and I've got this visual downloading for me of a straight line going from here, point A, to point B. And it says what people think success looks like. And then there's a second box, and there's this squiggly line all over the place, and it says what success really looks like. So I'm getting that download as part of your final message here, Gemini, that these grand new ideas that you're looking at putting out into the world, that you're looking at creating possibly a new business model, you may have this image that you're going to go from here to here, and it's going to happen like that. And these two pages are coming in going, nope, probably not. And you're not going to know that line. You're not going to be able to see the how, which brings me to the second download that I got for you, Gemini. And the second download that I got for you is reminder. When you are working with the law of attraction, when you are working with manifestation, when you are working to try and birth a new idea out into the world, remember, you have to keep your eye on the prize at the end. You don't have to understand the how do I get here from here to here. You don't have to understand how. The universe, so long as you're watching for the signs, the universe is going to drop pebbles for you to follow to get to the end result. And the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups is telling you that, there's a naivety. You don't have all the answers yet. You can't see how you're going to get to the finish line. You have a vision for the finish line with these two empresses, these two aces, the world coming in here. You have a vision. You know what you want, but you can't see the how to get there. And these two pages is saying, that's okay. Just continue to put the intentions out there with these two empresses, and the universe is going to drop pebbles for you to be able to follow. All right. I want to say thank you very much for being here. If all of this resonated for you, please hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you in August.